and welcome to Mtn Breakfast Show. With me here is Samuel Kasuti. Remember, this is the only station where you get current affairs and you are updated day in, day out, hour in, hour out, and second in, second out. Remember, you can follow us on Facebook as MTN Kenya, Twitter is at MTN Kenya, and Instagram is MTN Kenya. It's just 69 days to go for people to go in ballot box. Remember, we are going to vote in the next 69 days. It's 2 months, 9 days. Remember, and hours are just few hours. And just the topmost, just yesterday, President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta handed his presidential papers at KICC yesterday at 2:30. President Kenyatta cleared calls. He cleared yesterday, and he's just calling for peace among Kenyans. He just said that Kenyans are like brothers, and we should live like brothers during this time of election. Maybe if I can just go through what Uhuru Kenyatta yesterday just said with his deputy counterpart, Ruto. He said that Uhuru cited free maternal health care in his manifesto yesterday. He just promised his supporters or Kenyans that free maternal health care, and he will scrap examination fees for basic education, stipends for the elderly. Construction of the standard gauge railway was the talk of the town, because he said that the Kenyan government has achieved and has come up with the standard gauge railway that will be operating from Mombasa to Kisumu. And don't forget that he said that 70% of Kenyans will have access to electricity and education from standard 1 to form 4. And remember, this will be automatically free. President Uhuru Kenyatta just yesterday just confirmed that the education, those people who, education is the key to success. And for you to be successful in life, you must be educated. And because this world is full of competition, people nowadays don't compete physically, people compete mentally. You challenge me education-wise, I challenge you education-wise. Keep following us on Twitter is at MTN Kenya, Facebook is MTN Kenya, and don't forget to pop in your opinion, your comments or views on 0701 486625. Remember, this MTN Breakfast Show, the only show that updates you, the show that brings you current affairs, family issues, lifestyle, entertainment, and politics. Just to continue with President yesterday remarks, President Kenyatta challenged, of course, the President Kenyatta challenged yesterday NASA team to show the achievements in the time its leaders were in power. He just said that the NASA team to produce what they have achieved in the past years, because he has been the government for 4 years and he has achieved a lot. He said that he has brought electricity, he has brought just as you can see, that is Jogorod. He was his supporters are cheering up, and remember, he also urged the supporters you are seeing there at the Jogorod just yesterday at it was 1:15 p.m. He urged the supporters to stay calm. He also pleaded that the lifestyle will go, the Kenyan economy will go down, and the only thing they can do is to stay as brothers. I remember I can just see somebody there with unga. I know they are complaining that the price for unga skyrocketed, but apparently President Uhuru Kenyatta with his counterpart Deputy President William Ruto, they just urged Kenyans that they will ensure that the Kenyan economy will go down and will be as normal. Just to say what Deputy President said, that there is little the NASA Pentagon can show for their combined more than 100 years in government in the past. He alleged that the Pentagon, the 5 people in NASA team, they have little to show, since Jubilee Party has shown or has done enough for the last 4 years. But compared to the 100 years, nothing or no president or no government has done what it has done. Maybe it's your opinion. Maybe if I can ask you the question, do you think the Jubilee Party has done it enough? Do you think the Jubilee Party has done it enough? Just send your comments on 0701 486625. Remember, this is MTN Breakfast Show, and you can follow us on Twitter at MTN Kenya. Facebook is MTN Kenya, and Instagram is MTN Kenya. Maybe if I can review just a story coming in, where Guru seeks to block lifestyle audit. I remember just recently she was cleared in NYS scandal, and now the ex-devolution cabinet secretary has just opposed a fresh probe into NYS scandal. You know, day in, day out, things are erupting. You don't know what's going to happen the next minute. Oh, the PAC recommended that former Devolution Cabinet Secretary Anne Waiguru on November appears before the National Assembly Public Accounts Committee. You can see the former Devolution Cabinet Secretary Anne Waiguru. She just challenged the recent National Assembly's Public Accounts Committee recommendation that she should be held responsible for the loss of 719 million Kenyan shillings. I remember this is a lot of money, and the Public Accounts Committee she just said that the 719 million shillings Waiguru should be accountable for. The Kirinyaga gubernatorial Jubilee candidate has sued the National Assembly. She just sued yesterday the National Assembly, the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, the Director of Criminal Investigations, and the Attorney General. They said the committee made recommendations which were adopted by the National Assembly on May 24. Among the recommendations was that she be barred for holding public office if found guilty of the loss of 791 million shillings, 385,000. Remember, these are millions of shillings. Somebody cracked a joke that corruption is inborn in Kenya, and so I urge the government of Kenya to try and at least curb the issue of corruption. If I just continue, she therefore wants the High Court to conduct through lifestyle audit on her and fresh investigations, well as probable prosecution. She also wants the recommendations and findings of PSC against her cashed. I remember she has just asked she is pleading to the High Court that the fresh audit should be taken against her because she denies that she is not accountable for the lost money, but the public assembly accounts is alleging with the Attorney General and the prosecution office. They allege that she stole, or she uses, or she misused. Let me say that she misused 791 million shillings. I'll be back soon. Stay tuned.
La da da da.
Culture, nurture, entertainment.
Yes, indeed, it's I Select to Slide with a Redemption Reggae Show.
One good thing about music, when it hits you,
Each and every Saturday between 2:30 p.m. to 3:30 p.m.
leave out of the slum and come. Hurry up and come. Hurry up and come. Hurry up and come. Cause Babylon done.
MTN Kenya. Don't miss it.
upakate, kweli iwe mweupe kabisa. Wow, ni kipindi cha kwaya zetu hapa MTN Kenya, televisheni ambayo unaienzi. Kipindi ambacho kinakujia kila siku ya Alhamisi mida saa 9 hadi saa 10:30. Ukiletewa nami Mesha Kinyamai.
Nami Cynthia Kisilu. Ni kipindi ambacho tutakuwa tunaangazia kwaya zetu katika Afrika Mashariki, tukianzia hapa nchini Kenya.
Tanzania.
Uganda.
Shukuru Bwana we moyo wangu.
Rwanda.
Hata kimwomba Mungu waona kama vile amekutenga.
Na nchi zingine za Afrika Mashariki. Naam, ni kipindi ambacho utakuwa unakienzi, utakuwa unakipenda, kitakuwa na kupendeza, ambacho kitakuwa kinakubariki. Usikose.
Are you looking for an investment of the year? Do you want to invest in building? Maybe opening a factory? Or rather, you just need a land that you can enjoy with your family. Yes, Judith Ndila has a solution for you. Konza, 100 acres at only 1.5 million per acre. Less than a kilometer from Mombasa Road, next to the bypass road, Machakos town. You can never miss this opportunity. Maybe that is not enough for you. Sio kibao, 10 acres at 30 million per acre. At 160, 5 acres. Wow, an opportunity of a lifetime. You don't wanna miss. Emali, 100 acres at 500k per acre. 10 kilometers from Mombasa Road, next to the Ken Sako power station. This is where you can relax, enjoy. You don't wanna miss this opportunity. At the river, 4 acres land at 110 million near senior staff and the railways. An excitement of the year. Kitengela, plot 50 by 100 at 1.5 million. What a wonderful surprise. You will invest the value of what you have. For more information, contact on 0713154786 or 0796530622. Buy now when the chance is still on. I got mine. You got yours today.
You are watching MTN Kenya, your #1 favorite TV station.
Welcome back. Remember, this is MTN Breakfast Show. With me here is Samuel Kasuti. Just send your comments and opinion on 0701486625, and you can follow us on Facebook as MTN Kenya. Twitter is at MTN Kenya, and Instagram is MTN Kenya. Just to ask you a question, does really education matters in terms of leadership? Yeah, because somebody argued somewhere that leadership is inborn, and others said leadership is made. So does education really matters in terms of leadership? Because leadership skills, in terms of maybe if you're educated, you can say that you can earn some skills in terms of leading people. You can get some skills in terms of managing people, and you can have some skills by acquiring from education by directing people. But if at all you are not learned, or if at all you are not educated, will you really manage? Because nowadays there are so many challenges here in our country, because so many people are learned, or rather so many people are educated. So if I may ask my viewer, does education really matters in terms of leadership? Just look at this scenario. You don't have skills, or rather you are not educated. If you're not educated, you acquire skills of leadership, maybe through experience, because leadership at times are born, others are made. The scenario that which leadership are made is that maybe you can be having friends, chatting with friends who are entitled to leadership. So you can be learning to them. You can also learning from them, not to them, sorry. You can learn from them. If I may just read, this is Joanne from Pipeline. Joanne says that leadership are made and you must not be educated for you to guide people. She's just giving example like Moses was not educated, but remember Moses maybe in the Bible was inborn, but some are made. Look at maybe our topmost, the top horses, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, our president, and presidential aspirant Raila Amolo Odinga. Look at those scenarios. Are they made or are they born? Probably you may have your own decision. Probably you may have your own opinion. But the question is, do you think leadership is made or born? Or do you think that education really is the key for you to be a leader? Keep sending your text on 0701486625 and follow me on Twitter at MTN Kenya. Facebook is MTN Kenya and Instagram is MTN Kenya. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook at Sami Kasuti. Twitter is at Kasuti Sam and Instagram is Sam Kasuti. Remember, this is MTN Breakfast Show, the only show that brings you current affairs, updates you day in, day out, and updates you second in, second out. Just news popping in. Remember, if I can just read the text, Eric from Otawala, Eric says that education really matters. Education really matters, and one should be educated for he or she to lead people in a correct way. Oh, thank you so much, Bana Eric, all the way from Otawala. He has his own opinion. He said that you must be educated, but for me, I don't think you must be educated so as you can lead people. You can acquire skills. You can acquire skills from your friends, from your older people, or from your relatives. Remember, just a good example, when you are a prefect, maybe in primary school or secondary school, suppose leadership can start from there, because when you look deep into details, these leaders, they were once prefects or once captains previously in their schools, and because it's step by step. Some leadership like that are inborn, but those who are just groomed, you're just groomed to be something. Maybe you are groomed to be an MP or you are groomed to be an MCA because there's no any other option, or because your father was maybe an MP. So you are just groomed. Maybe politics is not in you, because for you to be a politician or for you to be a leader, one, you must understand your people. Two, you must fight for your people. And three, you must be there for your people. Remember, most of the politicians or most of the leaders are not there for their people. Most of them, they are not there at all for their people, because once they have already, once you vote in your MCA, your MP, your Senate, your women rep, your president, or your governor, once they are voted in, that's all. They are satisfied. You see so many or so much more people, they don't come back and say thanks. If at all they want to come back, they will come after a little bit of time, or maybe they will come back when they want to ask for votes. So be wise, and for those leaders who are born, I believe those leaders who are born, they don't fail. And once maybe you are chosen to be a leader, you don't struggle. In terms of leading your people, you don't at all struggle. Everything goes smoothly. Maybe if I can just read one text that has just popped in. Oh, this is Jerry from Ruai. Jerry says that for me, leaders are born. And the same way, it's a two-way traffic thing, and the same way they are also meant. Oh, so Jerry, I don't maybe understand what you have said, because you're just contradicting yourself. Maybe if I can just, maybe in terms of education, there was a controversy that education system will change. I don't know if this one will change the situation. And remember, the IBC also is keen on the aspirants' papers. Remember, they demand that for you to aspire for any seat, you must be educated. You must be knowledgeable on something. So you must have something tangible. You must say that you are maybe a graduate of somewhere. So do you think IBC is doing justice to them? And for those people who are born leaders, do you think is justice to them? Because maybe they don't. Maybe let's say the undeveloped areas, just like let's say Pokot or Turkana. Maybe you can just get there a leader who is not actually educated or learned, but he is talented, or he is chosen to lead. So you see, so many people maybe will be locked out. Maybe I don't say that they have been locked out, but so many people will be locked out because the qualification for you to be any aspirant under IBC internal here in Kenya, you must be educated and you must produce your papers. You must have for women rep, you have a degree. For governor, you must have a degree. And in any non-institution, education institution, not just a degree, you just go to River Road and you get your own degree there. Remember, this is MTN Breakfast Show. With me here is Samuel Kasuti. Keep following us on Facebook, on Twitter is at MTN Kenya, Facebook is MTN Kenya, and Instagram is MTN Kenya. And just to back up, teachers to get, there's a good news here pertaining education system. Teachers will have pay rise starting from July. Do you think it's a strategy, or do you think why is this happening at this time? TSC last week sought more time to engage other state agencies on implementing the deal that will cost taxpayers 13.7 billion every year. Remember, this is not little money, and the government has assured teachers that a salary deal struck last year will be implemented from July, just a month to go. So I know teachers will be smiling wherever they are, and they will have something at least to touch, because they were complaining and contemplating that the government has really forgotten them. But in real sense, here comes the government and rescues you. So you have nothing to kneel on. So for you as a teacher, you must produce and make these leaders for us, because for those born leaders, so they should be groomed, and it's you teachers who should groom these people. It's not us, because maybe in society you can groom somebody in the wrong way, but as a teacher you will groom maybe a leader in the correct manner. And remember, I'm Samuel Kasuti, and this is MTN Breakfast Show, the only show that comes on every morning from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. every day from Monday to Friday. With me here is Samuel Kasuti. Just like our page is at MTN Breakfast Show, and don't forget to follow us on Twitter at MTN Kenya. Facebook is MTN Kenya, and Instagram MTN Kenya. I will be back in a while. Stay tuned.
La da da da.
Culture, nurture, entertainment.
Yes, indeed, it's I Select to Slide with a Redemption Reggae Show.
One good thing about music, when it hits the beat.
Each and every Saturday between 2:30 p.m. to 3:30 p.m.
Leave out of the slum and come. Hurry up and come. Hurry up and come. Hurry up and come. Cause Babylon done.
MTN Kenya. Don't miss it.
Uninyunyuzie maji
Bwana, unioshe nitakate, kweli iwe mweupe kabisa. Wow, ni kipindi cha kwaya zetu hapa MTN Kenya, televisheni ambayo unaienzi. Kipindi ambacho kinakujia kila siku ya Alhamisi mida ya saa 9 hadi saa 10:30. Ukiletewa nami Mesha Kinyamai.
nami Cynthia Kisilu. Ni kipindi ambacho tutakuwa tunaangazia kwaya zetu katika Afrika Mashariki, tukianzia hapa nchini Kenya.
Tanzania,
Uganda,
Rwanda, na nchi zingine za Afrika Mashariki. Naam, ni kipindi ambacho utakuwa unakienzi, utakuwa unakipenda, kitakuwa na kupendeza, ambacho kitakuwa kinakubariki. Usikose.
This is an exclusive.
Ni mwabudu nani mimi kama siyo wewe? Ni mwabudu nani mimi kama siyo wewe? Hakuna mwingine wa kumwabudu ila ni wewe Jehova. Nilipozaliwa kwenye dunia, aliyenilinda siku za shida, siku zote ni Yesu. Yesu, daima tu ni Yesu. Yesu, basi pokea sifa, e Baba, Bwana wa mabwana, hosana, sifa kwake Yesu. Yesu, na nitakuabudu Mungu. Ni mwabudu nani mimi kama siyo wewe?
You are watching MTN Kenya, your number one favorite TV station.
Welcome back. Remember, this is MTN Breakfast Show with me, Mr Samuel Kasuti. Just send your comments, your opinion on 0701 486625. Remember, this is the only show that gives you an opportunity to air your own views, air your own opinion, and if at all you can run it, you can also run this show from home just by sending your text on 0701 486625. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook at MTN Kenya, Instagram MTN Kenya, and Twitter is at MTN Kenya. And I have a question. There is a very contradicting question. Does tribe play any role in election? Do you think tribe play any role in election? And maybe the role of ethnicity in this country, you can say that a tribe, maybe a certain tribe can play another role, maybe to hand in or to put in somebody in powers. But do you think nowadays, because for me, I believe Kenyans are civilized, and for you to be civilized, So you get rid of tribalism, you get rid of nepotism, and you stay patriotic. So that's the only challenge that civilized people have, or maybe the only routine the civilized people have. Because for you, if you are civilized, if you are learned, or if you are educated, if you don't believe in the role of ethnicity, then you are free of tribalism, you're free of nepotism. So do you think does tribe play any role in election? Remember, maybe if you can just take a view, in Nyanza, they normally vote a block. They normally vote a block for Baba. And in Rift Valley, here comes William Samoei Ruto. And in the central part of Kenya is Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Don't forget, in Ukambani, there is Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. And there is some, in Mombasa, Joho is coming up that he will be the king, the man, the talk of the town in Mombasa County. And maybe you can just text me and tell me which county, or which county are you in, and whom and do you think tribe is or has an impact in election? I remember we're just having 69 days to election, and so many Kenyans, maybe they are tense. Maybe there can be tension all over. I don't know if my person will be chosen. Mark, you just remember, you can be, Kenyans are Kenyans. Don't run in terms of ethnicity, or don't run yourself, or run the country, or run your situation in terms of tribe. Let's take this scenario. Maybe I'm a lawyer. I can go to Central and ask for votes, and I'll be voted. So let's bring Kenya that way. A Kenya that when you sleep, when you wake up, everything has changed. You just see the beauty. You don't see people rubbing shoulder here and there, or bloodshed. For instance, also you can be coming from Central, and you can go to Western or Nyanza and ask for votes. So long as you are entitled to that seat, or that chair. Because here now Jones, do you think tribe leads to or affects election? Maybe you are in your own opinion. Maybe if I can just read one text that has just come here. Philip from Pipeline says that really the Kenyan is the Kenyan politics is running in terms of tribalism. So for you to maybe win, the tribal must take account. Thank you so much, Mr. Philip, all the way from Embakasi. I'm glad that you're tuned in to MTN Breakfast Show. Maybe if I can just read something for you, the role of ethnicity in Kenyan politics. Kenya goes to the polls on August this year. Remember, it's only 69 days for you to make change. Don't complain that you did not vote, or you're not patriotic. You say that I will not vote, or I will not do this. Just be patriotic to your country. If you love your country, for any Kenyan citizen, that's your role. You're entitled to vote. You're entitled to elect. So go to that ballot box. Be it where, just travel, go and vote. Vote in your leader, the leader of your own choice. Don't let any person to choose a leader for you. Don't let maybe money to choose a leader for you. Be wise. Think. For every step, you must think. Before you think, you must think something useful. And useful, this is the future of maybe your siblings or your granddaughters and children. So if I continue, as in previous elections, the roles played by ethnicity and tribalism are likely to be decisive, experts says politicians beat the drum while many dance to the tune. See how this statement is controversial? Tribalism are likely to be decisive. So, it's 69 days to election, and do you think this statement is right, that tribalism is decisive in these times of election? Because so many leaders maybe come in as leaders or the aspirants they are normally voted in because of tribalism. This act of tribalism, as Kenyans, maybe we should get rid of it and abolish it in any way situation. Yes. If I continue, the politician, they beat the drum, while the many, so the followers now, dance to the tune. So we as Kenyans, we look like we support this, and for me, you should not take this to account, because you should not vote in a person or a leader or any other person, be it in job, be it in where. In terms of tribalism, just take somebody or vote somebody or give somebody any your vote because of his character, maybe his developments and his manifesto. So many people are not true, and so many people disguise themselves. So remember, in these times of election, I can advise you that so many leaders, they can disguise themselves. They can pretend that they are good, yet in real sense they are lions. So make a wise decision. Just look deep into his or her manifesto. Look in details whether he or she can do this. If I may just continue, Kenyan politics have been characterized by ethnic tension since 1963. So it's a trend that keeps on generation by generation. We move generation by generation. So since independence, because our Kenyan government got independence in 1963. But it was not until 2008 that the demons of tribalism really flared up after the hotly disputed national election, which left over 1,000 people dead and 1,000 displaced. If the country is run in terms of tribalism, so many people will suffer, so many people will die. And remember, if I can just pick call, maybe hello Mtn. Oh, sorry. Maybe he or she maybe has just decided to flash. Remember, this Mtn Breakfast Show. With me is Samuel Kasuti. You can follow us on Facebook, MTN Kenya. Twitter is at MTN Kenya, and Instagram is MTN Kenya. Remember, this is the only show that comes from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. With me here is Samuel Kasuti, and don't forget that you should not run this country in terms of ethnicity. Tribalism, forget. Just work or vote or do your work out of tribalism. If you can, you can. If you can't, you can't. Don't give somebody because he is maybe a Luo, maybe he's a Kalenjin, or maybe he is a Masai. So just be wise and make a good step. Remember, in life, somebody said that difficulties are not meant to discourage. Aristotle just said difficulties are not meant to discourage, but human beings grow strong by conflict. I don't know what that statement means. Maybe you can check it out on yourself. Maybe difficulties are not meant to discourage, but the human spirit grows strong through conflict. Remember, this is Mtn Breakfast Show, and as I say, remember, your words can only be forgotten. Your words can only be forgiven, but They can't be forgotten. So maybe you can just say sorry. You think that maybe it is over, but it's not over. It will just be forgiven but not forgotten. Remember, your words, the words that you utter, are not forgettable. They're just forgiven. You don't know if I get me clear. So be wise. Be wise in terms of making statements, and don't just make statement anyhow. Be wise and just remember that your words will not be forgotten at all, but they will be forgiven. Remember this MTN Breakfast Show. Keep following us on Twitter at MTN Kenya. Facebook is MTN Kenya, and Instagram is MTN Kenya. And remember to stay tuned here on MTN Kenya. We are coming with so many programs from 8 a.m. to all 24 hours. We are there to entertain you, educate you, and inform you. And remember, you as a viewer, you are our priority. So we give you, you are second to none. We give you everything. We give you what you deserve in terms of quality, in terms of experience. You were there for us, and we are there for you. And for you to make this happen, you should be there because you are my Wende Sonko yangu. Keep following us on Facebook. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook is MTN Kenya. And remember, don't run this country in ethnicity forum. Don't run this country in terms of tribalism. Just do your way, and don't forget that life is so important than anything. Stay tuned here at MTN Kenya, and let's meet tomorrow from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. I've been your host, Samuel Kasuti. Be blessed.